This is Christina. She fell in love with
Mark. Despite being in love with Mark,
Christina also found she had eyes for other men.
I kept cheating so much and I just couldn't stop.
When I did find out, it was very devastating. I was heartbroken, to say the least.
Cheating so much she just couldn't stop. Isn't that like a wild animal, Alex?
Absolutely. No thought of morality, absolutely no sense of self-control. Isn't that what a civilized people go on? We have our wants and desires, but we use reason to decide maybe this desire of mine isn't the best thing.
I can't believe it, too. What I really hate about these, we're open, we're polyamorous people, is they act like, I just couldn't help myself. I couldn't stop myself, so I had to get in this different arrangement. Like, no, you could. You just chose not to. And the social fabric of this country is so decayed that now you have some sort of excuse, some sort of justification to engage in this degenerate behavior.
It's like with drugs. I may have a desire to do hard amphetamines, but that doesn't mean that it's a good thing to do.
You want to do meth, Alex?
No, but it's the same logic an abusive addict uses.
I guess she's addicted to schlong.
I'd have to agree.
Well, I started thinking, maybe I'm not good enough for her.
Rather than let the cheating break the pair up, they decided to explore new experiences as a couple.
I just said, let's try this swinging thing.
But the pair found that their new relationship choices were not received well by friends and family.
Impressed he is.
This man is a broken man. You could see, but there's just nothing behind his eyes. He's just shattered.
He wants the end to come. He's
Yeah.
thinking he's looking back on all of his life choices, contemplating what has led me here. Where did I go wrong?
Waiting for the sweet release of death.
Well, if you look at this man, how ashamed he must be. Not only does he have to have a girlfriend who basically cheats on him openly with his knowledge, now it has to be aired on national television for all the world to see.
I know, this is so public, too. I can't believe how broken he must be to just... This is all her idea. You can tell she wears the pants.
I said, oh, really? I said, oh, swinging.
The family, they found out on TikTok, and what they did was go around to everybody else and talk about us behind our back.
Putting it on TikTok and expecting family to go around your, quote-unquote, go around your back. This is the brain-dead mindset of modernity. You put something online, it's already implied that you're kind of proud of this. You're not ashamed of this action, whatever you do. You have no right to complain about your family, quote-unquote, behind your back.
Yeah.
It's not behind your back.
This is just so public, especially on TikTok, too. I'm sure they have them at some family member or family members as friends on TikTok. Like, I don't know what they even expected. These people are so short-sighted.
So we've been together for 17 years, and we've been married for 15 years.
We did meet when we were younger in school. I actually had a crush on her. I tried to touch her, and she just totally dissed me. So that just made me want her so much more. And then later on in our 21, 22, we ended up meeting at the bar, and things just kind of went from there.
Yeah, we are soulmates. We finish each other's sentences from like day one. Yeah, so I've struggled with monogamy my whole life. Ever since I was a little girl and had boyfriends in grade school, I would have multiple boyfriends at the same time.
She says she struggles with monogamy like it's some sort of condition. Like, I just came down with this monogamy, and now I'm having trouble with it. Not like it's the default state of relationships. And, oh, man, there's just so much being in grade school. And she was just always an attention whore, I guess.
It's the saying that I can already hear the opponent screaming. It's not a good view. What is it? Once a 304, always a 304, and this is right out of the horse's mouth.
And then I cheated on him with like 4 guys. I was always open and honest about it. And just monogamy is not natural for me.
When I found out, it was very devastating for me because at that time, I could have been monogamous with her the rest of my life because I loved her like that. I was heartbroken, to say the least, about it because I started thinking, oh, maybe I'm not good enough for her.
The bacon is done.
Every second of this is so painful. 4 guys. 4 guys.
You know, going back with his earlier comment, I felt like I was not good enough for her. That's the reason. That is it. In her mind, you are not good enough for her. And I think we need to stop deluding ourselves that cheating in a relationship is a normal and good thing. For those of you listening that may be in a polyamorous relationship or whatever you want to call it.
I don't think anyone who's poly listens to this channel.
But in the event that they are, I just like you are sending the message to all of your different partners, intended or not, that none of them individually are worth anything. They're incapable of being good enough for you. That you view yourself in such high value, you need multiple people to feel satisfied.
Yeah, this woman's just an insatiable hole.
It was hard for him to accept that I was only in love with him and only wanted to be with him forever, but yet wanting other men. It took a little while for you to really comprehend that.
It was tough at first, but now I get it and I'm totally on board and I love it now.
He's totally on board and he loves it now.
Sounds like he's trying to convince himself, if anything.
Yeah, she was just being, I don't know why she's even with this guy. Probably for stability or something, or because maybe he makes money and he pays her bills or whatever. But, it just sounds like she was engaging in this behavior, just cheating on him flagrantly, disrespecting him in every way. And then she convinced him somehow, because he's so spineless, that this was a fine state of affairs. And now he's convinced himself that he's totally in love with it.
And you know what the really sad thing is, though? He's not that bad looking. So I think he could get a similar, looking he could get a partner of pretty comparable appearance without the cheating. The thing is, the guy is not completely stuck.
Yeah, he could clean up. He could definitely clean up. And, at the very least, he could get... Yeah, I think I agree. He could get someone who looks like this who wouldn't disrespect him this flagrantly.
Oh, for sure.
He must just be obsessed with this woman, too, because
he's... find someone with lower self-esteem.
Lower self-esteem?
Yes, because this is what happens. If you have low self-esteem, you're either a raging whore and want to fuck everyone because you have no attention, or you hyper obsessed with the person you're with and would absolutely die if you ever cheated on them.
This woman must have low self-esteem. She must be the first category, because she is literally a all-devouring void of schlong.
Yeah, for sure.
So we got into swinging about 2 years ago is when we started couple swapping. We've been hooking up with unicorns our whole relationship though. So a unicorn is a single female that hooks up with couples, and we don't have relationships with these unicorns because we're not polyamorous. It's purely hookup stuff.
I guess that's how she bribes him, is she sleeps with whoever she wants on the side who's male, but then in return they get to hook up with... He gets to have threesomes, basically. That's how this becomes workable. Otherwise, he would probably leave.
The thing in the comments at the end, we're not polyamorous. There is no inherent difference between a polyamorous relationship and just banging other people on the side. It's the same thing. It's like it's effectively trying to shine a shit and trying to claim that the shined shit is something different.
Yeah.
Here you go, baby. For me, it was just, I just desired to be with other men. And then I would feel super guilty about it. And I had done it with every relationship. When I try to be monogamous, I am not the happiest person in the world. I'm kind of bitchy, so.
You are very bitchy, yeah.
I know. He sees such a difference now that I'm not monogamous. He sees, I'm just so much happier.
2020, right?
Yeah, you wish you would have done this years ago, right?
Right.
Did you hear that? You wish you would have done this years ago, right?
Every relationship, I repeat, every relationship, I am not the happiest person. I think Mrs. Red Channels was onto something when she said low self-esteem. This is beautiful. It's coming right out of the horse's mouth.
So we've been together 17 years. We didn't know about Tinder. We've never been on Tinder. We've never been on dating apps until now. We did not know that you want to find photo verified people.
Yeah.
So we actually got catfished about 3 times.
Girl, you got catfished 3 times? Be for real. For real.
Our family and friends, they basically all found out that we were swingers through TikTok. The only one that didn't was my mom and my brother. I had those conversations with them.
Hey, how are you? Aww, so nice to see you. She was down visiting me, and she told me that her and Mark are dipping into swinging life.
I've never seen a mother sound so disappointed in her daughter. This old lady sounds heartbroken.
I said, oh, really? I said, oh, swinging. Really? I was surprised. Not shocked, but surprised.
The rest of the family we knew would be judgmental. So yeah, they found out on TikTok, and basically what they did was go around to everybody else and talk about us behind our back, but never saying things to our face.
Never once came up.
Never once has one of our friends of 26 years said, I saw that you guys were swingers and I accept you for it. They all want to follow my TikTok, but yet you've been my best friend for 26 years. You've ghosted me. You don't talk to me. You don't answer my texts, but you think that you're going to follow me on TikTok? No, I'm going to block you.
And then talk crap behind our back.
And then talk crap behind our backs. That's what they do. It's been difficult because it's shown us who our real friends are.
Yes, I know there's some haters, and I think Christina handles it fine because Christina's a very strong individual. I don't have any concerns. They seem to be happier than they've ever been.
So we're gonna go TikTok live. We are going to see if our viewers have any questions. Do I want this part of my hair down? Maybe I do. It's ridiculous how nervous I get about going TikTok live. 27,000 of my followers are on right now, which
Did I just hear that she's nervous about going live on TikTok? Girl, you bang randos on social media. This is a lot worse than going live.
She's already so shameless. Why does she even... even then, they know this is wrong. They know the state of affairs is wrong, and they still feel bad about it. And they're probably going after the people who are talking behind their back or whatever, because they know what this arrangement they have is just corrupt fundamentally.
it's pretty good for 10:30 a.m. Hello, TikTok live. How are my people doing?
I hate millennials so much.
All right, so let's take some questions. So he said, do either of you get worried about liking it better with someone else? We don't get worried about that. We have a very secure relationship. We've been together for 17 years. And that's also where the communication comes in when you're a swinger. You want to communicate all the time. If those feelings even start to happen, if feelings that are more than just having a crush on somebody starts to happen, you need to talk to your spouse about that. Okay, good question. So do you ever get jealous? Somebody said. I don't get jealous. I have had 2 instances where I've gotten irritated.
Yeah, jealous. That's what it is.
But not jealous. I'm very secure in our marriage. And I'll let Mark answer if he gets jealous or not.
At the time that I got jealous, she actually had a side piece, and mine
2 of
was
them.
kind of ghost.
What? 2 of them? 2 of them? Did you hear how quick she responded with that? Yeah, she had a side piece. 2 of them.
Degeneracy is not something to be proud of.
She's clearly
It's
proud.
also not something to do conservatively. If you have one, you may as well have 2.
What do you mean? Just stuff your face with schlong?
Me and acting a little crazy, and so I just cut it off with her. So I had no side piece, but she did, and it kind of made me a little bit jealous.
We definitely put on a show to the world, especially when I was a business owner in a small town.
Right.
We just acted like we were just,
A normal monogamous couple.
a normal monogamous couple. We didn't want people to know what we did behind closed doors because we were afraid of the judgment. But now we just don't care. We're proud to be swingers and out of the closet, and yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
Since when did polyamory become a sexuality that you needed to come out to? It seems like everyone these days wants a medal for being the most interesting or special person in the crowd, and it's annoying.
Yeah.
Swinging has changed our lives for the best. I mean, not only are we happier, we're healthier, mentally, physically. We don't allow toxicity in our life.
Right.
We only allow positivity in our life.
We're active all the time.
We're active. It's made us just more attracted to each other. It's made our love deeper.
So getting railed by a ton of guys, 3 guys at the same time apparently at one point, her husband and then 2 other guys on the side, has made her healthier, happier, and more positive. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Positive for STDs. There's
Anyway, this has been Red Channels. If you like the video, please share it and subscribe, and we will catch you in the next one.